Lady Charmaine, and my guest today is a mother, actress, and former reality TV star. And she's here today to talk about her TVOne Life After episode airing tonight on TVOne. I want you to help me welcome Miss SHEREE Whitfield to the show. How you doing, SHEREE, and welcome to the show.
I am wonderful, Lady Charmaine. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. And tonight we're going to learn a little bit about SHEREE Whitfield. Some things I'm sure we probably do not know yet. It's going to be airing tonight on TVOne Life After episode. But I want to know, were you surprised when you got the call about the Life After episode for TVOne?
You know what? I really was. I was. 'Cause, I've always heard so many positive things about the show. And I'm thinking, when they say Life After, I'm like, Life After what? I've been through some things, so I guess it's it.
Right. I guess, Life After, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because we all know you as being one of the original housewives on Bravo's reality show. And just to catch the audience up, how did you even get cast for the show?
Oh, wow. We're going way, way back. How do I get cast? How did I get cast for the show?
Yeah, because, a lot of times we really don't know how people actually got chosen to be a part of a reality show. We just see a reality show and the person is on the show. But did they meet you? Because we're going to talk about your shop. You had a shop there in Atlanta, Georgia. A lot of people don't realize that you had a boutique there. So how did they find you?
Well, I guess I was kind of like a socialite on the scene already. So there was a woman here who was casting for the show, who's actually one of the producers of the show, who was looking for women who they said were, up-and-coming women, doing great things. They wanted African-American women. And at the time, I was living that lifestyle. So Mimi actually knew a girl who was friends with somebody who knew the producer, and she asked to get the word out, and they asked for me. So they got my name. I referred people. Mimi referred people. We all referred people. And, we had to interview. They interviewed lots of women. We had to interview, and, I guess that's how it went.
Okay, so now we know you as SHEREE Whitfield, and we know that you started a clothing line on the show, and there were so many other things. But for you, SHEREE, being on a reality show, what was that experience like for you? Because now your life is opened up. We learned a lot of things about you. You was going through a divorce. You have children. So what was that experience like for you personally, being on the show?
It was tough. But it was something that I had to do. If you watch the show tonight, you'll see what I'm talking about, where I really didn't have a choice. This opportunity came to me, and I had to jump on it. I needed to provide for my kids. Mm-hmm. So being on the show, and at the time, I don't think really reality shows were really big. Like, I don't remember watching any reality shows. I think I watched, what was the one on MTV, Real World. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't know what the experience would be like, or their afterlife of it, or the wrath. And it can be good, but it can be bad too, because you have so many people judging you and watching you and just kind of depicting your every move.
And that's true, because people edit according to, because you're not in the editing room. So I'm sure there's a lot that goes on during a show, but we don't see everything because we're only watching an hour show. So then they break it down and they have like certain clips. Do you think, SHEREE, being on a reality show, because now we have so many reality shows are so popular, do you think reality shows can ruin friendships and relationships? Give me your opinion.
Do I think reality shows? I think as far as relationships and friendships, I believe that there are already problems in either a friendship or a relationship. If we can be friends and we go into a reality show and then all of a sudden we're not friends, there was something there before. Or we're in a relationship and all of a sudden we go on a reality show and we're getting divorced. Absolutely not. I believe that there's already problems in those relationships.
That is a good way. Go ahead.
Yeah, and and sometimes, especially when you're married to, where you are the stay-at-home mom or whoever, and you're married to these high-profile guys, they're not used to sharing that spotlight, and some of them don't like it. So it's tough. So things can escalate.
That's a good point, because we saw your relationship with your ex-husband, Bob Whitfield, on the show. Do you think the show may have heightened the tension between both of you, or would it still have been major contention if the cameras weren't even around?
Oh, honey, that tension been there.
Okay.
It's been there. It's just sad that, I really, cause, I really liked him as a person. When we first met, I thought we were, good friends, and it's just sad that, it turned out the way, it did.
Okay. Now, do you...
It's funny.
Go ahead.
Let me tell this funny story really quick. It's funny, when we talk about the guys, being in these high-profile positions or whatever, he actually got more popular being Sheree's ex-husband on the Housewives than, he ever did playing football. It's so funny. He said he would run into people and they'd be like the first season, "Hey, Mr. Sheree," and, it probably ate him up, but he was Mr. Sheree.
Oh, I know he hated that because men have a big old ego.
Yeah.
Now, Sheree, can you tell me, why did you leave the show? Because it was a surprise that you left the show. Was it that you just chose to go another direction? Why did you decide to even leave the show?
That to be too much. And I realized that, I didn't realize at first that it was so time consuming. It took so much away from me being a mom, me being a daughter, and I'm really family oriented. And when I thought about it, it's like, oh my gosh, my son, in a couple of years, he's going to be going to college. Mm-hmm. He's going to be with me. My daughter, these kids are growing up. And I felt like I really wasn't a big part of that, like I was missing out on something. So now, I've been really focusing on being a mother. My son is a senior, so I've been, getting him ready. He's taking SATs, prepping him for college, doing college tours and things like that. This was a time I want to be there with my kids because he's on his way out the door.
That's true. So what effect did the show have any effect on your children being in the spotlight and at school? How did the show affect them at all?
The show, I don't know if it had, I'm sure, their friends were watching it, and I think it may have gave them a little more popularity, and, I know my daughter liked it. My son, he didn't really care for being on camera, but, she liked it, and, it was cool. It was cool. Their friends were watching it, and they enjoyed it. And, they were like cool kids.
Okay. Do you keep in contact with any of the housewives on the show? Do you still have some relationships with some of them?
I speak with Kim every now and then, but her life is so busy, and having babies and married, and so she's really busy, and I'm really busy with my kids and my family, and we haven't had a chance to get together, but I wish all of them the best.
Now, if you had the chance to do Real Housewives of Atlanta again, would you go back and do it again if you had to do it all over again?
Well, I didn't have a choice, so I would. If I'm in the same situation, same circumstances, I would have to go back and do it again. But I would hope that they would, maybe show me in a different light, where show my fun side. Don't always show the serious side. Don't always show the bitchy side. Show the full Sheree, not just show a portion of who I am.
Have you ever?
I love to laugh. I love hanging out, with my friends and doing fun and silly things. But they didn't really, highlight that.
Have you ever had a desire to do your own reality show so people can get a chance to see that side of Sheree?
I've had talks about. Yeah, I've had thoughts about that. I don't know. I'm really. Been, digging deep and, soul searching and just trying to figure out what my next steps will be, what my next move will be. But definitely no, it will be great. It will be great.
I know that's right. Say whatever it's going to be, it's going to be great. Do you feel from that show that you were kind of misunderstood in the eyes of the media and the public because of how they portrayed you?
I'd say a little. I mean, is that who I am? Absolutely, that's who I am. They can't capture anything that's not me. Mm-hmm. That is me, but that's not me all the time. That's not me 24 hours.
Right.
But there was a lot of people who would relate to me. They would. I get all the emails and all the accolades, and in person. I love your character. I love your strength. I love your. You don't take any mess. And people like that. People like that, and they can really relate to me, especially in some of the things that I was going through on the show, which is really tough.
Right. Now, we all got a chance to see you on Iyanla's Fix My Life. When you were on that reality show, did you get the ending results that you were expecting from the show?
Unfortunately, I didn't.
What were you expecting from the show? Because I can kind of tell there was a little tension that was there. What were you expecting to get from the show? So as the audience, we kind of can see, okay, that's what she was trying to get or pull out. Because it seems like your side really wasn't being told or stressed, or you really wasn't getting it across. So I want to give you that chance to get across. So what were you trying to get across to Iyanla for us to see so you can get some help?
Well, you'll get to see that today on TVOne.
Ah, it's going to be on there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good old teaser. Oh, dang it. You want to give us an exclusive? Because I really wanted to hear. Okay, so we're going to get a chance to see it tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, now are you going to be getting back into fashion? You were an entrepreneur. You had your own boutique in Atlanta, Georgia. You were known as a fashionista. So do you plan on getting back into fashion, or what's going on with She by Sheree?
That's a part of my soul searching. You know, digging deep. And, you know, like you said, I've always been into fashion, and it is fashion and fitness. It's something that I'm really passionate about. And, again, that's a part of, you know, just really trying to dig deep and just see what direction I want to go with it, both of them.
Now, so you may need to hook up with Kenya so you can get your little DVD out there, fitness DVD. Just make sure she don't take the idea. But go and work it out. Now, you can do a fitness DVD because you are very fit. Now, what is it about fitness that you really love, fitness and health? Because you truly are an example of that, because you've always been fit on the show.
I've been working out forever. And even when I was a kid, I was always very active. And you don't think of it as working out. You know, we were always on our skates, we were on our bike, we were running up and down the street. I was active.
Okay.
So taking that into adulthood, you know, I really want to be here for a long time for my kids. I want to, you know, be there for their kids and, you know, their kids. And, you know, I just plan on being around a long time. And I know that, you know, African-American women, we got to get it together. We got to get it together because we're leading in, you know, obesity and, you know, all these diseases. And these things can be, you know, preventative. There are things that you can do to prevent, you know, some of those things from happening. And I just want to be an example for my kids. And
that's true. And recently you did something that was real tough. A young lady had reported that your Chateau by Sheree or Chateau Sheree was being in foreclosure. You got an attorney and you had her even take that back, retract that whole statement. So how is Chateau Sheree coming along? And how did you even find out that the lady even reported that to put that out there for you to make her retract that?
Well, someone sent me a direct message on Twitter, because I don't go on those blogs. And I know that they've written a lot of stuff about me that wasn't true, but this was just like, okay, enough is enough. Enough is enough. So if I need to pay an attorney to have you retract your statement, then I'm going to do that, because all the other things I kind of let fly out, you know, go by, whatever, you know, people would, you know, say things to me. But it's like, come on. Enough is enough.
Okay.
It's putting out random lies. Like, there's no other news to talk about. I can assure you the house is not in foreclosure.
So are you going to be able to finish Chateau by Sheree so we can all see it? You know, I mean, we don't have to see it, but, you know, finally put all the naysayers and all their little gossip to rest. Are you going to ever finish it up, or do you just want to just go ahead and just let it be?
No, absolutely. I'm going to finish. I have plans on finishing up. I'm just taking my time with it. You know, it's a very big project, and, you know, it's my dream house. Some people take 2 to 5 years to build a dream house. I guess I'm in that category. I'm not in a rush.
Okay. So what do you?
It's a lot. I'm learning a lot with the building process, and, you know, I'm really having fun with it.
So what are you working on now? I know you're into acting. So what do you have coming up that we can see?
I actually have an audition today, so when I get off with you, I'm going to run over there, and, you know, I'll keep you guys posted on, you know. I don't like to put things out there, and, you know, I'll keep you guys posted.
Okay.
Trust me, it will be great, and I will keep you guys posted.
Okay. Well, if people want to follow you and they just want to get some of your updates, are you on Facebook or Twitter?
I am on Twitter at I am Sheree, and I just got on Instagram a few months ago, so I'm Sheree Whitfield.
On Instagram. Well, Sheree, I want to Thank you so much for coming on the show. And I want to remind everyone to make sure you tune in tonight to TV1's Life After 8/7 Central. If you want to hear all the good stuff and especially find out what happened after the Ian Levanzant episode, make sure you tune in tonight. You left me with a cliffhanger there, lady. So now I got to make sure I tune in.
Yes, tune in. Tune in.
So thank you again so much for coming on the show. We look forward to having you back on the show.
All right, absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime.
Thank you.